there you have it, guys. The last episode of the Big Brother Naija Season 9 reunion. Yes, I have a lot to say, about how this particular season's reunion was edited, but I'll hold my peace on that for now and tell you guys what had happened in this episode. So it started by letting us know unseen moments, things that had happened and they didn't show us previously. So we saw OC, yes, of them by the way twins, distancing himself from what his brother had done in the house, saying that all this, them by the way twins did this, them by the way twins did that. No, it's OZ that is doing that, and it's not, the both of them. How I wish they actually showed us everything. It would have given us a better perspective on why he had to say that, because trust me, that conversation did not just come out of the blues. Then we had Mickey and Handy's situation. Honestly, I was waiting for Mickey to say something, because at some point I started wondering, is he part of the furniture or the decoration for this reunion? Because he and Anita, this is the only time we actually heard their voices. Anyways, Handy was asked about the whole Mickey situation, and she was like, this guy was saying that I liked him, and she's like wondering where this is coming from. You guys know the story from the house. And Mickey was like, you know what? It's Chizoba that told me that Handy liked me. And Chizoba was like, you were the one that said she was effing sexy. And I'm just trying to say that, okay, she's, she liked your personality or something of that sort. And Mickey just lost it. He was like, I never said that. I'm like, who wants to give this one highlights? Abani, shut up. We saw what you did in the house. So he doesn't actually have a storyline. So there was really nothing to that, because everybody was just looking at him like he's crazy. Anyways, away from that, then we had the Shippers Association. Yes, we started with Topher and Anita. Both of them said, you know what, they drifted apart, it's not working, never got to that point. Both of them basically said almost the same thing, as if it was rehearsed. So it never got to that point. So basically, there was no Tonita ship, because from what I heard, it's from the moment they got out of the house. So there was no Tonita ship at all. They don't scam shippers again, though. Now, coming to Wanni and, what's his name, Sean. Obviously, we know there is no shanni ship. We know. I've talked about that, since last year. Or early this year, I kept saying, there is no ship. So apparently, according to what both of them had said, when they got out of the house, they realized, okay, Sean could not really juggle having a brand and having a relationship. When he wanted to talk about, brand and everything, focusing on your brand, it becomes like, see, you people come here and give me this umbrella answer every year. I'll have you know that we've had 2 weddings from this show, so it's not impossible to juggle both your brand and your relationship. And when he was like, yes, but on her end, she was okay with that, but from Sean's end, he wasn't okay. Maybe he could not, juggle it and all of that. And Sean was saying the thing is, a situation of compatibility. They were not really compatible, and that was why, and he's not like an expressive guy. And what Wanni was asking for was like the basic. It's not like she was asking too much. And when it was like, you know what, yes, it's done. He got to experience a real woman who can cook, who can give him all the love languages, who can be present, who can, good in the other room. Yes. And then because like, hey, Wanni, are your parents watching this thing? Anywho, so both of them are no longer together. So there was really no shanini shape from the get-go outside of the house. Even a blind person saw this coming. Like, we all saw this coming from the house, right? And I feel like it's a situation where, talking about compatibility, both of them are AS. So, and the way he was even acting in the house, like Handy said, she knew that this relationship was not going anywhere outside of the house, and she even did tell her sister. So that one is a no-brainer. We already know it wasn't going to work. So kumbaya, bon voyage. Now to Nelly and Suge. Now at least that one actually held a bit of promise, because according to what they had said, according to Nelly said they actually broke up a month or 2 months ago. So they were good, they were fine, they were trying to explore their relationship. They even went to Maldives. You guys already know that. But something happened, a family issue between her and Suge, and she was like, nah. So Nelly was the one that broke up with Suge. Now, it becomes like, did Suge do something? And when he asked Suge, honestly, I did not understand what Suj was saying. He was saying something, but he wasn't really making sense to me. So I will just conclude with what I've heard on the streets, that I mean, maybe family involving and everything. So Nelly had to choose herself. So yeah, there is no solid shape, but they are still cool. Also, Ebuka had asked Nelly if she thought that back in the house, Tofa actually did like her. And she said, somebody can like you, but you don't know what aspect that person likes you from, right? And she felt like, yes, Tofa did like her. I mean, both of them were the funny ones. They were always making each other laugh. They were basically like the direct opposite of Anita and Suj. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, I remember last year I kept saying that they just crossed. I felt like Tofa was supposed to be with Nelly and then Suj was supposed to be with Anita. I mean, that's the only way I felt like it would have worked. But it is what it is, and they are still, buddies, they are still cool, they are still fine. Now, back to reconciliations. Chinwe and Nelly hugged it out. They say they are cool after everything, that they are cool. Then when it came to Nelly and Cassia, Cassia actually said that Nelly is a cool person. She's a good person, that she never actually expected that outside of the house, things will go as far as it did, especially at the reunion, that if only they had talked about their differences, they would actually be cool. Now, coming to Cassia and Onyeka, Cassia was like, no, ain't no way. She talks about the incident that happened in the house where she asked Onyeka to help her compose a song to sing to her husband on his birthday. If they were cool, they were fine, they were, girlies, only for her to come outside and see the, faces that Onyeka were making at her behind her back, the way she was looking at her, and she was like, nah, this girl, no. And Onyeka was like, you know what? I can decide to help you write a song for your husband, but I don't want to sing it. I'm like, girl, no. And that was it. So it's mutual. Onyeka doesn't like Cassia doesn't like Onyeka. They can never be friends, full stop. Now, moving on, Wanni and Onyeka. Yes, we revisited that. You guys remember, in the first episode, they had their back and forth. Now, Onyeka requested for evidence to show that Wanni was slut-shaming her, because according to Onyeka, Wanni was slut-shaming her. And both even Handy and Wanni was like, when did we slut-shame you? Like, this girl, you lie a whole lot. Then Onyeka went to bring her phone. You remember that time Onyeka was asking her fans to, show her video of when Wanni was talking about her? Yeah. Onyeka carried the video, showed Ebuka. After Ebuka watched the video, Ebuka was like, this doesn't look like a Wanni slut-shaming you. I'm not trying to invalidate how you feel, but this doesn't look like Wanni slut-shaming you. This looks like Wanni more about an Ozzy thing than a you thing. Because basically what Wanni had said in that video, and I remember that day, I remember the video that she was playing. It was that day that Onyeka was following Ozzy around from their gym area, to the kitchen. I remember that day. So basically what Wanni had said was that Ozzy likes like Victoria, but wants to sleep with Onyeka. Now, she never said that Onyeka is whatever. So listening to that is basically talking about what Ozzy's intention is and not who Onyeka is, right? Now, Onyeka interpreted it as she was slut-shaming me. Now, when Ebuka asked her, how does this translate to slut-shaming? This babe changed from slut-shaming to, this is what this guy, intention of this guy, I'm as a girl's girl, and said that you said that you always tell me everything. Why couldn't you tell me? I'm like, some minutes back, you were saying that this babe was slut-shaming you. Now is, why didn't she tell you? And when he was super pissed, like, why would I tell you? You were also actively flirting with this guy, kissing his breasts, and always in his face. So what do you want me to say? You are a grown-up adult. Now, before all this, Onyeka had said that Wanni was, saying stuff about her, slut-shaming her, to Sean. And Wanni was asking Sean, when did I do this? Sean was like, I don't even remember this happening. Like, Sean went Switzerland. Like, I don't know about this. See, yeah, at the end of the day, Wanni said, you know what? I feel like Onyeka lies a lot. She feels like I'm jealous of her. I don't think we are going to be friends. And Ebuka talked about, the unfollowing. And she said, yes, that after the first, recording, she had to go unfollow Onyeka. Ebuka asked Wanni if they were both following each other before then. She said yes. When he asked Onyeka was like, she can't even remember unfollowing her, if they are following, that, she doesn't remember that. And Ebuka was like, but you unfollowed her yesterday. And she was like, that's her handler. I'm like, Onyeka, when did you get a handler? Because it's crazy to me. It's crazy because it's crazy to me because 1 minute she's saying is her handler, the next minute when Ebuka was not agreeing with the so-called evidence she brought out, this girl now said, give me my phone, let me unfollow her. I'm like, no be handler, they unfollow again. See ya. Whoever coached Onyeka for this particular reunion did a very poor job. I feel like Onyeka has allowed whatever her fans are saying to get into her head. I feel like Onyeka still thinks that she is still in the house. She does not really understand that this is real life and that, just like her sister said, because Chizoba has said something, that she had played a game and for every action, there's a reaction. And the game she played has rubbed off people wrongly. I think she doesn't really understand that bit at all. Honestly, when people say Onyeka is being delusional, I don't really like saying it, but I find myself believing that each time we have an episode of the reunion. What is this? Like, who can solve a problem like Onyeka? Because at this point, this is real life now. This is not Big Brother Naija house. Big Brother, see, the moment Ebuka has said everybody bye-bye, see you for season 10, he said it. Do you know what it means? It means Big Brother has washed his hands off them. They are now what? On their own. Whatever contract is over, is done. By next month now, I'll be how many months? Yeah, next month or so. Another people are gonna come in who are gonna be what? Big Brother's cup of tea. Who these fans that have been deceiving their faves will leave these people and run along with. We've seen this year in, year out. In conclusion, looking back at all the 6 episodes we've seen, I'm going to say this. Onyeka hasn't changed. There's no character development, and it's sad. Number 2, Victoria really did impress me this reunion. She spoke up for herself and she was very open. She was not like trying to shout or shake or do anything. She said her mind and without the theatrics, right? So honestly, Victoria is one person I would give an applause to with the way she handled things. Another person maybe is Nelly. Yes, another person maybe is Nelly that I actually did like the way she, handled things. When it comes to who I feel carried this reunion, these are gonna be my top 3. Number 3, I'll say Onyeka. Yeah, as delusional as that babe is, she actually gave us a lot to talk about. And we did talk about her almost like 4 out of 6 times in this reunion. So yes, number 2 for me has got to be Victoria because baby girl surprised a whole lot of us, impressed a whole lot of us. So I will say she is one person that did carry this reunion on her back. Now to my number 1 person that I feel carried this reunion, one and only Chinwe. Yes, Chinwe carried this reunion on her back. So yeah, like she said, people should give her benefit of the doubt and everything. I think she deserves that grace. We never really give her a chance in the house, because of the way she is. I think we should give her that grace outside of the house. I just want Chinwe to do great for herself. Yes. Now, coming to my top, when I say my top insignificant people at this reunion, people that even if they didn't come for this reunion, probably it wouldn't have mattered. Like they would have just stayed in their house and it wouldn't have mattered. Number 3, I'll give it to Chizoba. Yeah, because she actually didn't, or maybe it's the production, the editors and all. Yeah, they just did her dirty. And the only time we heard her voice was maybe as a supporting cast member. Number 2 has got to be Anita. I mean, today is the only day we had Anita's voice. And number 1, Mickey. He was just there, just existing as part of the artworks or whatever that is on that studio. So yeah, these are my top 3 really insignificant people, in this reunion. Now, all in all, the production needs to do better because there are so many things that were not aired. So many discussions that were just poofed out. I don't even know what else to say about that. So many interesting things that actually happened, conversations. There's a particular conversation that I feel like they didn't actually have, which is that of Handy and Ben. I don't know why they didn't have that conversation. I do not understand why. So we are still very much in the dark about what had happened that early morning or that night. Nobody knows. So yeah, I just feel like production, they did this housemates dirty. But all in all, I would say I will rate this reunion 6/10. They actually did make me laugh last night. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to another season of Big Brother Niger, which is the season 10, which will be starting very shortly. So I am super excited for what we are about to have. We don't know what Big Brother has up his sleeves. We don't know what Big Brother is planning, but we sure do know we do not want another no lose guard season. We have had enough. We have suffered enough. Yes. On that note, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you all for being part of my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Until I come your way again, I remain your darling girl, Ezinnemwilliams. Have yourself a beautiful, wonderful day ahead. Bye, guys.